change can be good. Not saying it's not, but sometimes too much change might not be so good. Technology, yeah, I like it. I think we all like technology. But to an extent, in every way, is it great for us? Absolutely not. We do not need it to the full extent, to how it is now, where it is going. Some things need to be used properly, and some things you shouldn't have to use it in order to survive or to, let's say, pay bills or all these things. Technology alone now, like you don't have a choice. There used to be a point where there used to be a time where you could choose whether you had a smartphone or a flip phone, for example. You can't really choose that anymore. People can say you can all day long, and sure, you can have one, but at the end of the day, you have to have a smartphone too. Either way, a lot of companies, to pay your bills, almost with everything now, you have to do it online. You have to be able to check emails. You have you have to do a lot of things that involve your phone or an app. Anywhere you go, even if you went to the doctor's right now, sometimes you have to have an app, or you have to have their app for a specific doctor. Then you have all these different doctor apps, and if you don't log on to their app, they will not see you. If you don't register with their app, well, go see someone else, and you're running out of options. And I don't know, I wasn't really going nowhere with that, but I was sitting here thinking about how physical things are important. And I've always been one. I'm slow to adapt and change and catch up. I'm always playing catch up. When I learn, the trend that was cool like a year ago, I catch up. I'm just now learning how to do something. Or when I learned how to use TikTok and YouTube and all those things, by the time I learned it was not as cool as it was when it started. I'm slow to learn, for sure. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with necessarily being on TikTok or YouTube, liking apps. AI to an extent, sure, the tools that help us with certain things, but I don't think everything is meant to be done for us through AI and stuff. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I don't think it's alright, but what is. I think some things are meant to be learned physically. I think stuff that is fun, some things that are supposed to be fun should be physical, not just on a screen, or people just dancing and doing all they can, even if it's to look like a fool, on a screen, just to have some type of attention or a friend. I mean, I get certain things, making money. I think we all understand, you gotta do things to a certain extent to make money, but sometimes things can go too far. When you lose yourself, it's at some point certain things aren't even worth it. But I guess what I'm trying to say is physical is still important. It doesn't matter how much time goes on, or how advanced the internet gets, or what the next freaking tool is that we have on our phones that's awesome, or what our TV can do next. I'm not saying those things are bad, but physical will always be a good thing. Like picking up a book and reading it. Sometimes you need to just pick up a book, and a book's not always meant to be on your phone. And someone like me, I don't mind an audiobook. I don't mind being able to have an app or something on my phone sometimes, in certain occasions, or depending on where I'm at. An audiobook is better for me. It helps me listen. Sometimes I learn better by hearing it, not just reading it. But it shouldn't always be on a screen. I shouldn't always be just listening, but also, reading and seeing the words. And yeah, you can do that on your phone, but it's there's something special about holding a book, picking up a book. And if you're not a reader, just think of it, I don't know, like as a DVD. You know, that DVD is not going to be around much longer. They won't be selling DVDs forever. Like, something is special about picking up that DVD you own, that you like, that's yours, even though it's just a movie. It's physically yours. You can put it in and watch it anytime you want. But soon it's just going to be on an app, and no matter if it's a movie from 30 years ago, you know, say you got a favorite 80s movie or something, or an old 70s show, or whatever it may be, instead of just popping it in the DVD player, you had to pay, let's say, it used to be, what, $4 or $5 to watch it on a certain app. And then, you know, a couple years go by, oh, that app says, oh, we're going to charge this much for our app monthly. So you got to pay this. And then not only that, oh, you want to watch this movie? Well, this movie is in a different category, so you have to pay extra to watch this movie. And you're only renting it. You don't even get to keep it. You can't just watch it whenever you want. So, I mean, it kind of doesn't, I don't think hurt is the right word, but it's like you're paying for nothing. You get to watch it maybe 1 or 2 times or whenever your next monthly payment cycle ends, but it's not yours. You almost can't, to an extent, buy things no more for them to be yours. And I don't think that we should treasure everything of the world, like items and objects. We should not, like, worship them. I'm not saying that, but it's okay to have things that are yours, like things that are meaningful to you, that are special to you. Not to, like, put all of you into that. Like, you don't have to, it shouldn't be more important than, like, water or life, or, I don't know, the best way to put it into words. You know, we should, you know, love people more than things and stuff like that, but it's okay to have physical things that you enjoy, such as books or DVDs or board games for that matter, and not every game be on your screen. Like, it's not as special. It doesn't feel the same. And people have that argument, or people like to say, well, that's because you're older and, you know, that's what you did when you were a kid. But I don't think it's that at all. If you have kids yourself, or you're around kids, if you put them in a spot and have them play board games and choose board games, and that's what they have to do. We're not playing, we're not doing nothing on the phone, we're focusing on this. You will find that almost every kid, whether it be a, you know, like, let's say, elementary student to even middle school, you know, where they're in the middle of figuring who they are out, and they're in their moods and whatnot. They want to be their own person. Even kids of all ages, almost all of them will tell you that, oh, this is actually fun, you know. And they might not always say it's better, but they'll be like, oh, this isn't as bad. It's just as fun as playing a game on the PlayStation or something like that. I don't want to do that all the time, but nobody wants to do one thing all the time. But they even notice and say, without you even saying a word, they will tell you there's something good about it. I like it. I enjoy it. It's just something about the physical. And it's a different type of appreciation. It's a different type of in the moment thing. And the memories you create with just doing things physical, whether it be with yourself, with others, a group, it doesn't matter. There's something special about the physical, and it kind of sucks to see that go. Like, it's slowly fading, and I don't think they can ever fully take away everything physical, but they can, like, as time goes on and the world changes and how we have to adapt to the world, that can become harder, and it kind of gets you. We're kind of feeling it now. You can see it in people if you pay attention enough, but you almost kind of get this robot-like feel. and people, maybe within yourself. You feel kind of like numb or not all there, or you're just kind of rolling with it, but you can't do things. It's like you can't do all the things you used to do, or you can't interact with people the same, and it's a different world. And I don't necessarily think it's for the better. Doesn't mean every aspect of it's wrong, but we can't just throw out the physical. I mean, I guess we can if it's being done, but we shouldn't. I think being present is one of the best things we can ever do for ourselves and others, is be present. People don't even really know how to be present anymore. A lot of people don't. There are people that choose to be physical, and it's hard because it almost feels sometimes like it ain't worth it. You almost feel some type of hurt, some loneliness, maybe even a type of funk or depression type feel, because you have to fight to choose to be present around people that aren't present with you. Hear that again. You have to choose to be present around people that you're present with that are not present with you. They're in their phone, they're looking down, they're half listening, but they're texting at the same time about something that doesn't even matter, or a friend online that they never even met that, yeah, could very well be their friend, but it could wait till later. No one's really here. And sit in a room full of people, but you might be the only one there. And it can make it hard. It makes you sometimes want to just live in this floating state on the internet too, in a sense. But choose to be present. Fight that. It's okay if you can't do it all the time, but fight it. Because if we all fought it, if everybody that's feeling that feeling of weirdness, emptiness, like things aren't the way they need to be or should be, it's because we're meant to be physical. We're meant to be in the present, not living in a world through a device all the time. But if everybody just took time to really be present, even if it's uncomfortable, eventually more people will start to do it slowly. We'll get back on track. We'll learn how to socialize again and talk to each other. And I've always struggled with that. I'm not good at talking. I'm somebody that gets shrugged off a lot. People don't even want to really take the time to talk to, because, well, who are they? What do they got to offer type vibe. But, where was I going with that? Oh, we're at a point, and you can see it all around, of all ages, anywhere from teenagers to 30s, 40s, 50-year-olds. Like, it's crazy because it's all ages. People that were here before it all happened, people that are here with all the technology growth now. People almost forgot how to talk to each other. It's like you could walk out in public. Doesn't really matter where you are. People are forgetting how to communicate in the present, talk in the present, and it's kind of weird to witness and see. And you could try to start a conversation. Sometimes people just look at you like, I don't know you, why are you talking to me? Or how dare you say hi? It's just a weird thing. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Peace. See y'all later.